What was hard to get over was being blamed for something that not only I didn't do, but that happened to me.
Prince Harry is reportedly feeling anxious as Meghan Markle attempts to mend the strained relationship between them and the Prince and Princess of Wales, Kate Middleton, and Prince William. Sources close to the situation suggest that while Meghan is eager to resolve the ongoing feud, Harry is uncertain about how the peace efforts will be received and whether they could ultimately backfire. But is it too late to make peace? Join us as we explore the complexities of the royal family drama. The royal family drama. The tension between Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and the British royal family, particularly with Kate Middleton and Prince William, has been a focal point of public and media interest for several years. The feud between the Sussexes and the Cambridges became a notable aspect of the royal narrative, with various incidents and reports fueling speculation about its origins and current state. The roots of the feud can be traced back to multiple factors, including differences in personal values, contrasting public roles, and the pressures of royal life. Meghan Markle, an American actress and divorcee, joined the royal family in May 2018 when she married Prince Harry. Her entry into the royal fold was met with considerable media scrutiny and public fascination, which was compounded by the already high-profile nature of her new role. Conflicts reportedly began to emerge over various issues, including perceived breaches of protocol, differences in work ethic, and the handling of public relations. Speculation about tensions heightened with reports of disagreements over wedding preparations, Meghan's treatment by the media, and contrasting approaches to charitable work and public appearances. During Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's tour of Colombia, reports emerged that Prince Harry was grappling with anxiety, particularly in the context of Meghan's speech and the backdrop of strained relations with the royal family. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's visit to Colombia was part of an international engagement aimed at promoting various causes aligned with their charitable work. The couple arrived in Bogotá and was met with a warm reception from Vice President Francia Marquez and her partner, Rafael Yerny Pinillo. The visit was designed to showcase their commitment to addressing global issues such as mental health and digital safety for children. Vice President Marquez, who is noted for her advocacy on social justice issues, warmly welcomed the Sussexes. During their meeting, she received a personal gift from Meghan, which underscored the personal connection and respect between the two parties. The visit included a private tea and coffee session at the residence of Marquez, where the conversation focused on shared goals and ideals. Marquez expressed admiration for Princess Diana, Harry's late mother, which added a personal touch to the meeting. One of the significant engagements of the tour was a visit to Colegio Cultura Popular, a local school. Here, Meghan and Harry participated in a tour and received insights from Leonel Umanapara, the head of the institution, and Jose David, a student. This visit was aimed at highlighting the couple's commitment to improving educational and digital environments for children. Prince Harry's anxiety during Meghan's speech and throughout the tour can be understood through several interconnected factors, including the strained relations with the royal family. The ongoing tensions with the British royal family have been a source of significant stress for Harry and Meghan. Public disputes, media scrutiny, and internal family dynamics have placed considerable emotional strain on the couple. The anxiety Harry experienced may have been worsened by the need to navigate these tensions while maintaining a positive public image during the tour. As public figures on an official tour, Harry and Meghan were under pressure to deliver impactful messages and represent their causes effectively. The weight of this responsibility, combined with the ongoing family issues, likely contributed to Harry's anxiety. The need to balance personal challenges with public duties can be particularly stressful. The high-profile nature of the tour meant that every aspect of their visit was under close media scrutiny. This constant observation can heighten stress and anxiety, as public reactions and media coverage can influence perceptions and impact the couple's mental well-being. During Meghan Markle's speech at the Afro Women Empower conference on the final day of what has been termed her faux royal tour, the event attracted significant attention and controversy. Meghan's address, which was aimed at celebrating and supporting women of African descent, became a focal point due to its content and the public scrutiny surrounding it. Meghan's speech featured heartfelt tributes to her mother, Doria Ragland, and her daughter, Lilibet Diana. She emphasized the strength and inspiration she derived from these important figures in her life, reflecting the personal and emotional significance they hold for her. However, the omission of Meghan's sister-in-law, Kate Middleton, from her remarks sparked considerable controversy. This absence was particularly notable given the ongoing tensions between Meghan and the royal family, and it fueled speculation about the nature and extent of these strained relations. Prince Harry's reactions during Meghan's speech were closely observed and analyzed by a body language expert, as reported by The Sun. The expert noted that Harry appeared anxious and displayed signs of stress, including a classic self-comfort ritual of stroking his beard. This behavior suggested that Harry was trying to manage his anxiety while sitting beside Meghan. The expert also pointed out that Harry's anxiety might have been a response to the pressure of the moment and concern for Meghan's performance. During the speech, Harry was seen looking downward, fiddling with his hands, and appearing distracted, which further indicated his emotional state. In contrast, Meghan maintained a composed and authoritative presence on stage, seemingly at ease with her speech despite the surrounding controversy. The context of Meghan's tour, often labeled a faux royal tour by critics, added to the complexity of the situation. The term reflects some of the skepticism and criticism regarding the Sussexes' activities and their perceived departure from traditional royal duties. The focus on high-profile events and personal advocacy during the tour contributed to the controversy. Additionally, the existing tensions between Meghan and the royal family, particularly with Kate Middleton, were a backdrop to the event. Meghan's choice to omit Kate from her speech might have been interpreted through the lens of these tensions, further fueling speculation and debate. During Meghan Markle's speech at the Afro Women Empower conference, her choice of words and tone seemed to suggest a potential desire for reconciliation with King Charles. Meghan spoke about the complexities of life and the importance of finding inspiration and a fighting spirit. She emphasized a perspective centered on love, kindness, and generosity, rather than conflict. Meghan spoke reflectively about life's complexities and the surprises it holds. She shared insights from recent conversations, emphasizing the importance of finding inspiration and a fighting spirit. Meghan expressed her approach to challenges not through confrontation, but by embodying love, kindness, and generosity. She highlighted a shared commitment to addressing issues with a positive and proactive attitude, suggesting that when one sees something wrong, they should take action to correct it. Meghan's words, delivered with a contemplative tone, conveyed a broader message of reconciliation and positive engagement. These remarks could be interpreted as a subtle nod toward the Sussexes' willingness to mend their relationship with the royal family. Meghan's emphasis on a compassionate and constructive approach may reflect an intention to address and possibly heal the rift with King Charles and the broader royal family. The language used suggests a focus on unity and positive engagement rather than ongoing conflict, which might signal a readiness to reconcile and re-engage with royal responsibilities. Meghan's demeanor while making these comments was reflective and regretful. She delivered her speech in a soft tone, which body language experts, including those consulted by The Sun, interpret as indicative of a desire for unification and peace. According to the expert, this approach aligns with Harry's known preference for reconciliation and collaboration. The expert noted that Harry's fondness for signals of unification might be echoed in Meghan's speech, suggesting a silent but significant message of peace aimed at King Charles. The backdrop of Meghan and Harry's strained relationship with both the press and the royal family adds layers of complexity to this interpretation. Their previous clashes and ongoing media scrutiny have been significant sources of tension. In this context, Meghan's speech could be seen as an attempt to signal a shift towards repairing these relationships and realigning with their royal roles and responsibilities. The emphasis on love and kindness as central themes in her speech might be part of a broader strategy to demonstrate their commitment to positive change and healing. Harry and William relationship. The relationship between Prince Harry and Prince William has been strained in recent years, largely due to public disputes and personal disagreements that have unfolded in the media. While Meghan Markle's softer tone in recent public statements could be interpreted as an attempt to mend fences with the royal family, the underlying tensions remain palpable. The tensions between Harry and William escalated notably after the release of Harry's memoir, Spare, in January 2023. In the book, Harry made several explosive claims about his brother William and other members of the royal family. One of the most shocking allegations was that William had physically attacked Harry during a confrontation in 2019. Harry described an argument over Meghan Markle that ended with William pushing him to the ground, leading to visible injuries. This revelation added a dramatic and personal dimension to the ongoing rift between the two brothers. Additionally, Harry accused William of insulting Meghan Markle, suggesting that their relationship was marred by underlying resentments and disagreements. These allegations not only deepened the divide between Harry and William, but also contributed to the broader public discourse about the royal family's internal conflicts. The Queen's funeral in September 2022 marked a significant moment in the family's history, being a somber occasion that drew members of the royal family together in mourning. However, despite the gravity of the event, Harry and William were reportedly not in communication. The funeral provided a public stage where the brothers' strained relationship was visible, though they maintained a united front during the official ceremonies. Since then, reports suggest that they have not engaged in any personal communication. This lack of contact is indicative of the deeper issues that have remained unresolved. The Queen's death, while a unifying event for the royal family, did not bridge the gap between Harry and William. Their interactions, though formal and respectful in public, did not translate into a personal reconciliation. Prince Charles, now King Charles, has also been a part of the complex dynamic. Harry and Charles's relationship has been somewhat distant, with Harry last seeing his father in February 2023, following Charles's cancer diagnosis. This meeting was reportedly brief and did not significantly alter the state of their relationship. The limited interaction between Harry and Charles adds another layer to the ongoing family tensions. Prince Harry's relationship with his longtime friends has also been impacted by his decision to step away from royal duties and relocate to the United States with Meghan Markle. Recently, a close friend of Harry's has publicly expressed concerns about the state of their friendship and the prince's emotional state, offering a candid and somewhat critical perspective on the situation. The friend, who has chosen to speak out to the media, has painted a rather somber picture of Harry's current circumstances. According to this individual, Harry has become increasingly distant since his and Meghan's departure from royal life. This friend described Harry as an angry boy who communicates infrequently, primarily through occasional WhatsApp messages. The friend's comments suggest a sense of disappointment and frustration regarding Harry's current situation and his perceived disconnect from his former life in Britain. The friend hinted at underlying jealousy in Harry's feelings towards his brother William and sister-in-law Kate Middleton. He suggested that Harry may be envious of the public adoration enjoyed by William and Kate. This perceived jealousy is attributed to Harry's sense of unfulfilled aspirations and his longing for the admiration and high public standing he once experienced in Britain. The friend speculated that Harry misses the positive attention he received while he was actively involved in royal duties and believes he wants to reclaim that level of public adulation. This sentiment reflects a discontent and longing for a past that Harry might feel he has lost. The transition from a prominent royal role to a more private life in California has evidently been challenging for him, leading to feelings of frustration and regret. In contrast, a friend of William's provided insight into the current priorities of the Prince of Wales and his family. This individual revealed that William's focus is firmly on his immediate family, Kate, their children, and their responsibilities as future monarchs. According to this perspective, Harry is no longer a significant topic of discussion within William's circle, suggesting that the estrangement between the brothers has become a settled reality. The comment reflects a sense of resignation about the rift, with the phrase "dreadfully sad" showing the emotional weight of the situation. The estrangement between Harry and William is portrayed as a deeply regrettable outcome, with both sides seemingly accepting the separation as a fact of life. The emotional impact on Harry, as described by his friend, highlights the personal toll that the separation from his royal role and his previous life in Britain has taken on him. The sentiment of missing his past life and craving public admiration shows the personal and psychological challenges he faces. In recent months, Meghan Markle has attempted to present a more conciliatory tone in her public statements. Her softer approach could be seen as a gesture aimed at easing tensions and fostering reconciliation. Meghan's efforts to extend an olive branch may reflect her desire to mend relationships and address the fractured family dynamic. However, the impact of these gestures remains uncertain, given the depth of the issues that have emerged. Their legal battle. Since stepping back from their royal duties in early 2020, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, have made numerous public accusations against members of the royal family. These accusations have been conveyed through various media outlets and public statements, creating a significant rift between the Sussexes and the rest of the royal family. The Sussexes' first major public airing of grievances came in their interview with Oprah Winfrey, broadcast in March 2021. In this highly publicized interview, Harry and Meghan made several serious allegations against the royal family, including claims of racial insensitivity and a lack of support for Meghan's mental health struggles. Meghan alleged that there were concerns about the color of their unborn child's skin and that she felt unsupported and isolated within the royal institution. Prince Harry's memoir Spare further intensified the public scrutiny of his family relationships. Harry discussed his strained relationship with other family members, including his father, King Charles, and his experiences of being marginalized by the royal institution. In December 2022, the Sussexes released a multi-part Netflix documentary series. The series provided additional insights into their departure from royal duties, their experiences with the media, and their perspectives on the royal family. The documentaries reinforced many of the themes from their Oprah interview and memoir, further detailing their grievances and highlighting the challenges they faced as they navigated their roles within the royal family. Meghan's biographer, Omid Scobie, also published a book, Finding Freedom, which detailed the Sussexes' departure from the royal family and offered additional context to their public statements. The book supported many of the claims made by Harry and Meghan and added further details about their experiences and perspectives. The repeated and highly publicized accusations have reportedly led to significant frustration on the part of King Charles. According to recent reports, King Charles is particularly agitated by Harry's ongoing legal battles related to security arrangements. Since stepping back from royal duties, Harry has lost his entitlement to taxpayer-funded close protection security. The prince has been engaged in legal proceedings to secure round-the-clock security at his own expense, which he claims is necessary due to threats to his safety. The situation surrounding Harry's security arrangements has been described as tricky for King Charles, who faces the challenge of balancing the public's perception of royal expenditures with the security needs of a high-profile individual like Harry. Reports from the Sunday Times reveal that the situation is more nuanced than it might appear, particularly concerning the king's involvement and the public perception of his control over security issues. A source cited by the Sunday Times has clarified that the belief that King Charles has direct control over security matters is mistaken. The source emphasized that Harry's legal action is directed against the government, not the king personally. This distinction is crucial because it reflects the separation between the monarch's role and the government's responsibilities in matters of public security and funding. The king's role is largely ceremonial and symbolic in the context of security decisions, which are managed by government departments and agencies. The legal dispute between Harry and the government concerns the provision of taxpayer-funded security for the prince, a matter overseen by various government entities rather than the monarch himself. The misconception that the king has direct control over these decisions has complicated the situation, creating additional strain on the royal family. The source highlighted the difficulty King Charles faces due to the legal proceedings. As Harry is suing His Majesty's government, the king finds himself in a delicate and potentially uncomfortable position. There is concern that a direct meeting between the king and Harry could lead to awkward situations, where Harry might attempt to influence or lobby his father regarding the security issue. This potential for conflict is exacerbated by the misunderstanding that the king has direct authority over security decisions. For King Charles, dealing with the legal dispute presents a unique challenge. Many observers argue that it would be wholly inappropriate for King Charles to become involved in the security dispute. The matter is a legal and administrative issue that involves public funds and government protocols. Given that the dispute has already cost taxpayers over £500,000, there is significant concern about the implications of royal interference in what is fundamentally a matter of public policy and legal judgment. Involving the king directly could potentially undermine the independence of the legal system and the principles of fairness and transparency in how public funds are managed. Such involvement could also set a precedent that complicates future disputes and public perceptions of the monarchy's role in governance. The financial aspect of the dispute adds another layer of complexity. The cost to taxpayers, reportedly exceeding £500,000, has been a point of contention and scrutiny. The public reaction to such expenditures, especially when involving Prince Harry, intensifies the pressure on the monarchy and the government to manage the situation carefully. The king's involvement, even if only perceived, could worsen concerns about the appropriate use of public resources and the potential for undue influence. Ensuring that the matter is resolved through the appropriate legal and administrative channels is crucial for maintaining public trust and upholding the principles of accountability. Prince Harry's decision to avoid bringing Meghan Markle and their children to the UK due to security concerns has been a significant point of discussion, particularly in light of their recent trip to Colombia, where security measures were notably strict. This situation has led to questions about the nature of the Sussexes' security concerns and the perceived inconsistencies in their approach to personal safety. Prince Harry has been vocal about his concerns for the safety of Meghan and their children, Archie and Lilibet, citing fears that returning to the UK would expose them to potential risks. This has led to their decision to avoid trips to the UK and to seek alternative arrangements for their security. Despite these concerns, Harry and Meghan's trip to Colombia, where they traveled with a high-profile vice president who had previously survived 2 assassination attempts, has sparked questions about their security practices. The trip involved substantial security measures including armed guards, military drones, and sniffer dogs. The scale of the security arrangements in Colombia was extensive, with entire towns being shut down to ensure the safety of the visitors. The heavy security presence in Colombia contrasts sharply with the security situation in the UK, where Harry has expressed concerns about inadequate protection. The extensive measures in Colombia included armed guards. Personal protection officers were deployed to ensure the safety of Harry, Meghan, and their Colombian hosts. Surveillance drones were used to monitor the surrounding areas and provide an additional layer of security. K-9 units were employed to detect any potential threats, adding a layer of precaution. Local authorities took extraordinary steps to close down parts of towns during the visit, highlighting the seriousness of the security concerns. The contrast between the security measures in Colombia and the situation in the UK has led to scrutiny and questions about the Sussexes' approach to their personal safety. Critics have pointed out that if such comprehensive security measures can be arranged in Colombia, similar arrangements could potentially be made in the UK to address Harry's concerns. This raises questions about the perceived inconsistency in their approach to security and the implications of their decision to avoid the UK. The public perception of Prince Harry and Meghan's security situation is complex and multifaceted. On one hand, their concerns about safety are understandable given their high profile and the media scrutiny they face. On the other hand, the significant security measures taken during their trip to Colombia have highlighted the possibility of arranging similarly robust protection in other contexts, including the UK. Security costs and public outcry. The security arrangements for Harry and Meghan's visit to Colombia included a wide range of measures designed to protect the couple and their hosts. These measures encompassed armed guards, military drones, sniffer dogs, and even the temporary shutdown of entire towns. While these arrangements were intended to ensure the safety of the royal pair and facilitate a smooth visit, they came at a significant cost. The financial burden of these extensive security measures has led to grumbles among Colombian taxpayers. Many feel that the public funds spent on such a high-profile visit could be better allocated to address pressing domestic issues. One source, quoted by OK Magazine, expressed frustration over the perception that the Colombian taxpayers are footing the bill for what is seen as a public relations exercise. According to this source, there is a sentiment that the costs associated with the Sussexes' visit are an unnecessary expense that benefits only the Sussexes and the Colombian government, rather than addressing more urgent needs within the country. The visit by Harry and Meghan was not just a high-profile event, but also part of broader efforts by the Colombian government to enhance its international image and showcase the country's security capabilities. At the time, the government faced criticism for various internal issues, and hosting such a high-profile couple was seen as a way to shift focus and present a positive narrative. The huge security arrangements for the Sussexes can be viewed as part of this strategy. By ensuring a smooth and secure visit, the Colombian government aimed to demonstrate its capability to host international figures under tight security, thus enhancing its reputation on the global stage. However, this effort has been met with criticism as the costs associated with such measures have been seen as disproportionately high, especially given the current economic and political challenges facing the country. The exact financial cost of the security measures for the Sussexes is not fully detailed, but the significant expense has had a noticeable impact on public sentiment. Taxpayers are concerned about the allocation of public funds, especially in a country where resources are often stretched thin and where there are pressing social and economic issues. The expenditure on security for a foreign dignitary, particularly one involved in a high-profile public relations event, raises questions about priorities and the use of taxpayer money. Colombians who are struggling with everyday challenges may feel that the huge costs associated with the Sussexes' visit could have been better spent on essential services, infrastructure, or social programs. In response to the criticism, the Colombian government has likely had to justify the expenditure and explain the benefits of hosting such a high-profile visit. The government may argue that the visit provided an opportunity to showcase Colombia's security capabilities and positive aspects of the country, potentially attracting further international attention and investment. However, these justifications may not fully address the concerns of taxpayers who are burdened by the costs. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's recent trip to Colombia has also sparked big discontent within the UK, highlighting tensions surrounding their status and the appropriateness of their actions. Royal tours are traditionally reserved for official members of the British royal family and are typically conducted as part of diplomatic missions or charitable engagements. These tours are meticulously planned, supported by the government, and are expected to serve specific diplomatic or charitable purposes. The Sussexes' visit to Colombia, characterized by extensive security arrangements, has been viewed by some as a departure from this traditional protocol. Their trip included elaborate security measures, which critics argue are more appropriate for working royals who undertake official engagements rather than for non-working members of the royal family. This has led to accusations that their visit amounted to undermining the established norms and expectations associated with royal duties. The public reaction in the UK has been notably critical, with concerns about the misuse of royal status and the perception that Harry and Meghan's trip was essentially a personal public relations exercise rather than a formal royal engagement. Angela Levin, a prominent royal commentator, has expressed these concerns on GB News, arguing that the Sussexes' visit did not align with the conventional purposes of royal tours. According to Levin, the visit lacked the substantive diplomatic or charitable agenda typically associated with such tours, and instead seemed focused on personal branding. Additionally, the cost of providing extensive security for the Sussexes has contributed to public dissatisfaction. The financial burden of these measures has raised questions about the allocation of taxpayer money, particularly in the context of ongoing debates about the costs associated with royal duties. The extensive security arrangements, which included armed guards, military drones, and sniffer dogs, have been criticized as excessive for non-working royals, adding to the sense of frustration among taxpayers. Angela Levin's critique captures the essence of this frustration, emphasizing the perceived erosion of traditional royal protocols and the need for clarity regarding the roles and responsibilities of both working and non-working members of the royal family. The future of the relationship between Meghan, Harry, Kate, and William remains uncertain. The attempts at reconciliation are a step toward healing the rift, but the process is likely to be gradual and complex. The royal family operates within a framework of tradition and public expectation, which can make resolving internal conflicts challenging. What do you think of their visit to Colombia? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Did you like this video? Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more entertaining videos. And do not forget to explore our other videos for more interesting stories and insights.